Good morning. Namaste. Welcome to your yoga practice. I was just thinking this morning as I was waking up, it's Maundy Thursday in the Catholic or Episcopal or Christian religion, which signifies the day of the Last Supper, celebrating the Eucharist, the start of the Eucharist. The word Maundy, from Maundy Thursday, comes from the Latin word to command, like mandar in Spanish. And it's Jesus's commandment to love one another as I have loved you. And we're also celebrating Passover, which is the liberation of the Jewish people from slavery in Egypt. And it also signifies the passing over of when the male children were to be killed. So passing over, moving away from something, moving into a new phase of liberation. And Hanuman Jayanti was just celebrated in the Hindu religion. And it's a time of spring, new beginnings, new everything just lifting up, everything shoots coming out of the ground. So let's remind ourselves in these darker times that the light is there and the light is shining on us and we can be responsible for it. So religious or not religious, it doesn't matter. Having a spiritual background, a spiritual surface on which we place our feet every day is really the most important thing. So closing your eyes gently, bringing your hands into your heart with humility, patience, and love toward yourself. Just sinking into your seat, letting your legs and your feet, your bottom support you. Letting your spine rise up out of that solid base. Finding an intention for your practice this morning. And repeat it to yourself silently 3 times. And then for just a moment, thinking of what makes you practice, what makes you put one foot in front of the other every single day. Just bringing those things into your mind. And then letting these thoughts slip down into your heart space to be brought back at the end of class. With gratitude, we salute all the great yoga masters, past and present. With joy, we recognize the excellent wisdom teachings of yoga. And with vigor, we dedicate ourselves to self-transforming practice. If you can, join me in one Om, representing the beginning, the end, and everything in between, the sound of creation. And then on your next inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. Good, and then just reach the arms out to the side, all the way out to the side, and then curl the toes under, and let's make some big circles, toes, fingers under. You know, it's the same word in Spanish, dedos. You can learn a new word. Good. Other direction. One more time. Squeeze the tips of the fingers together. Good. And then spread the fingers apart. Push against the wall, both walls, as if they were coming in towards you. Really press, press, press. Roll your shoulder blades back, down, press, Good. And then just release the arms for a moment. Let's take our head over toward our right shoulder, just the ear toward the right shoulder for a moment. And then gently begin to take your gaze up a little bit. Bring your gaze back to neutral, gazing out toward me. And then take your gaze toward the floor, toward your knee or toward your hand. And bring your gaze back to neutral. And then go ahead with your right hand and help your head back up. And then left ear to left shoulder. Nice and easy. No pressing, just let it go wherever it goes. And then slowly start the gaze, going up a little. Bring it back into neutral. And then gaze down at your knee or your hand. And bring it back to neutral. And then with your left hand, just help yourself come up. Good. And then we're going to come into all fours. We're going to move into our table pose. Knees are going to be right underneath, right overneath your ankles. Good. So knees, hips, ankles right out behind. So not close together or far apart. Right behind. Right behind. Good. Nice and even. Shoulders to push the floor away. Really find yourself really stable. So as we do this cat pose, going between arching cat and arching in the other direction. Cat, some people call it cat-cow. Babaji just called it cat. Good. So you're going to inhale for a moment, curl the tailbone toward the back of the head toward the tailbone. Press the floor away. And as you exhale, pull the belly into the spine, get round, look back at your belly button. Inhale, coming forward, curl. Exhale, get round. One more. Inhale. Push the floor. Exhale. Good. And then find a neutral spot for just a moment. Find a nice neutral spot. We're going to do a twist here. We're going to thread the needle. So preparing yourself. Taking your right arm out to the side. And then lift up the right arm for a little. Press into the left hand. Press, press, press. And then take that arm close to your chest. Reach it under. And then lay elbow, shoulder, and head on the floor. Taking your left hand back to your sacrum and place your hand there. Opening up the left shoulder. Open the shoulder. Make sure your feet are even, your hips are even, legs are even. You don't move them at all. If it feels okay, you can take your left arm up toward the ceiling. But the thumb is going to face the ceiling first and then come up overhead. Great. And then placing the left hand right in front of your face, take the time to stack the elbow on top of it and then press into the hand. Come up, reopen, and then replace the hand. Good. Get nice and solid, stable. Notice the difference, left side to right. And then sweeping open our left arm, just sweeping it open. Press into the right hand on the floor. And then drawing the arm and hand down. Placing the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, the side of the head. And then releasing your right arm, hand to your sacrum. Make sure your feet stayed even, hips stayed even, legs stayed even. It's really easy to get off balance here. And then if you want your arm to go overhead, first take your thumb toward the ceiling as if you were hitchhiking toward the ceiling. And then lift the arm all the way up toward the ceiling, palm and face in the same direction.
And then let's place the arm right on the floor in front of your face. Stack the elbow on top. And then with your left arm, unwind, come up. And then replace the hand. Good. Once again, in all fours. 2 more cat poses. Arch first. Arch, exhale. Arch, 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 arch. And inhale, other direction. And exhale, arch, arch, arch. Look at your belly button. And inhale, gaze up between your third eye. Good. And then walk your hands back and come up nice and slowly. Good. Yesterday we worked a little bit on lunging. We did the moon salute, which has a lot of crescent lunge in it. So today I want to build on that a little bit and also work on external rotation right here in the same place, okay? So initially, just building upon what we did yesterday, but I'm going to do it to the side. We're going to bring out the left leg and stack the knee over the ankle. Bring out the leg. Good. So let's look here and realize there is no back bend. Right here, there is no back bend. Okay? Good. Now let's lean forward and put our forearms right over the left leg. And now, also no back bend. But here we can lift up our back knee a little bit and stretch it further back. Just a little step further back. Good. And now put your hands and begin to push up until you find a little bit of a back bend. Your arms can be the last thing that you add, or you can not add your arms at all. So now we have a little bit of a thoracic back bend. And then if you like, take your arms, hands up your ribs, up your shoulders, and then all the way up. And then walk the hands down to the leg, right above the knee. Make sure the knee stays stacked over the ankle. And then let's take out the back bend this way by beginning to straighten the front leg. So left leg is straightening. And then coming back into neutral. But our leg now is a little further back behind because we walked it back. Good. Okay? One side down. Take your hands down. Step back to kneeling. Get all nice and even again. Really even. And now our right leg, we'll step it forward. Make sure that the ankle is underneath the knee. Nice and solid. Good. No back bend, really. Just our regular lumbar curve. And then we're going to lean forward. Also, no back bend. But we're going to curl the back toes under, lift up the back knee, and walk that leg back a little bit to get a little bit more space in that back leg. Good. And then bring your hands to above the knee and press away. And then begin to show your sternum toward the ceiling. So you have a little bit of a thoracic back bend. Thoracic is where you have ribs, from your low ribs up all the way to your clavicle. And then if you're ready, you can walk your arms up, body all the way up, looking up. Then bring the arms down, place them above the knee. Lean forward, take out the back bend. Good. And then just place your hands on either side of the mat. Press back. Press back. Good. Excellent. And then go ahead and take that front leg back to meet it and come back up into kneeling. Good. So I'm going to face you. We're going to start with our left leg. Your foot in the back can be laid out flat or it can be curled under, whichever gives you the most traction. So find out where your back leg is more comfortable. Good. So nice and soft. The whole of the left leg externally rotated. So this is our rotation for our tree pose, our warrior two pose, our triangle pose. This is our rotation.
This is how much your leg can rotate. Hide your foot. Don't see your heel on either side of your leg, but be sure you can see your big toenail on the inside of your knee when you look down. Good, let's take the arms up, follow the shoulders. So no twisting, follow the shoulders. Your arm will be behind your leg. Good, and then arms up overhead for a moment, reaching up. Good, and then arms back to shoulder height. Gaze out over your fingertips. And then bring your gaze back into neutral, arms back up overhead. Bring the hands to the heart. And then we're going to walk, hands to the hips now. We're going to walk out the left foot and then toes facing me, toes facing the front. Good. So we're going to do this gate pose. We're going to open and close the gate for a few breaths. Okay. So arms coming up overhead. And then with just the left arm, we're going to close the gate and open. Okay. Close the gate and open the gate. Don't put in any pressure on your leg. This arm just is touching, just to touch, no pressure. Coming up. Good, one more time. Close the gate and open the gate. Great, hands to the heart. Come back into external rotation. Walk it back however you need to. Just feel the difference, external rotation and just simple adduction. Great, and then release that leg. And now, right leg. Externally rotated, maybe different relationship. The hip may be more open, maybe more closed. Wherever you are is perfect. Knee right over your ankle. Look down, no heel, just a big toe. And then rising the arms, letting the arms come up to shoulder height, breathing. And then taking your gaze out over your finger. Good, breathing. And then on your next inhale, let's bring our arms up overhead and our gaze back front and center. Hands to the heart. And then to the waist. Good. And then go ahead and take out your right foot. Toes are facing me, so there's no rotation, just abduction. You just abducted the leg away from the midline. Good. Okay, arms up overhead. And this time with just the right arm. Close the gate. Open the gate. Close the gate. Open the gate. Close the gate. Open the gate. One more time. Close the gate and open the gate. Good. Reach up. Reach, reach, reach. Bring your hands to your heart. Good. Let's heel toe until we get it right back in external rotation. Look at it one more time. Arms lifting up one more time. Gazing out, one more warrior two, kneeling. And then bring the arms up overhead. Bring them into your heart. And then draw the knee back into place. Good. So from here, we're going to do just a little vinyasa, just a little linking of the breath to the movement, okay? So here we are, arms are going to come up overhead like snow angels. This is often also called flower. And then as we come down, crown of the head toward the floor, light touch to the crown and back up on the inhale. If you have glaucoma or any eye pressure, just look forward. And inhale up. Exhale, those of you who do not have eye pressure, tuck your chin to your chest, crown of the head barely touches, and inhale up. Coordinate your movement with your breath. And up. Good, one more time and we'll meet up. Great, extend out through both sides of your waist. Bring the hands to the heart. Then we're going to curl the toes under and sit back on our heels. So a little bit of pressure on the balls of the foot. Toes are getting a little pressure. Just a little bit of a toe extender. Just that little bit of pressure on your toes, on your feet. And then we're going to come up into a toe balance. So hands can come to the floor, coming up, balancing on your toes. Hands can be an undulate, resting on your legs, wherever they're the most comfortable. Just balancing. And then our challenge is to see if we can just stand up by staying on the ball of the foot with the heel all the way up. And once we get all the way up, we'll lower foot and whole body just rooting down. So let's just try. Take a nice inhale. Exhale it all the way out, root through the ball of the foot. And then as you inhale, come up on the ball of the foot. Good. Reach, 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 and exhale. Great. Now let's check on our external rotation, okay? In that tree pose. And this time we're going to do like a little formal kind of tree pose because I just want you to go as far as your rotation. However, you can have a block. So if you'd like, put a block by your left side. And then slowly begin to peel up the left heel as you shift the weight over to the right side. Grow tendrils and roots down through the floor on the right side. Good. And then you're going to lift the left leg, externally rotate it, and I'm going to just put it on the block for a minute, right there. And then I'm making sure my hips are front and forward. My leg comes in front. It's the same rotation I had when I was kneeling. Good. And then I'm going to inhale, arms up, all the way up, reach, take some of the weight out for a moment. And then you can play with touching the sole of the foot to the calf, never to the knee. Knee doesn't want to be pressed into. And then you can take it back. Just playing with that external rotation in stability. You can take it over one more time, press it, and get it back. Good. Find your drishti, your gazing spot. Take a few more breaths. And then on your next exhale, hands to the heart. Release the leg back, front and center, and then release the leg. Be still. Hold that great desire to march. We'll march at the end. Grab your block or your book or whatever you might have, put it on the other side. It does need to be something solid. A pillow doesn't work very well. Good. And then begin to peel up your right heel. Shift the weight over into the left side. Feel nice and stable there. Good. Bring your hands to your waist for a moment. Keep your hips even, facing me. Then begin to peel up the leg. Externally rotate it. Put the foot on the block. Good. Push up through your left leg. Lift the toes of your left foot for a moment. Then drape the toes down. Good. And then slowly, arms coming up. All the way up overhead. You can touch the palms or not, whatever feels best for you. And then you can begin to play a little bit with pulling the sole of the foot toward the calf and away. Look at a drishti, not me. Find another gazing spot that doesn't move. I'm moving. Play with it one more time to the block and then to the calf. Just once more. Good, and then release the hands to the heart. Bring the leg back front and center. Release it. Press into the floor with both feet. Lift your toes. Relax your toes. And now, relax your arms and pace a little. Pacing, heel up, heel down. Heel up, heel down. Good. And then come into a very still spot. Close your eyes. Standing Shavasana. Relax your pelvic floor, your belly, your shoulders, your jaw. Your autonomic nervous system will keep you upright. Soften muscle to bone. And then on your next inhale, let's open the eyes. We're going to spread apart one more time. We're going to take those same things we were doing, kneeling and then up, and just put them together in another little small vinyasa. Left leg externally rotating. Took your left belly button from front and center a little bit out to the left. Perfect. Bend the knee with the placement of your foot. Big toe you can see, you can't see your heels. Good. Inhale, arms up, shoulder height, gazing out over your fingers. Good. As you inhale, begin to lean back and open the upper arm and press away with the lower arm. So right arm pressing away, left arm headed over you. Come back and through warrior two. Lean forward, lean, both arms up for a minute. Lean, lean, lean. Straighten the leg. And lower the bottom arm and lift up on the top. Lift. Lift. No weight needed in your bottom arm. The bottom side is as long as the top side. Come back to warrior two. Exhale. And then inhale, arms overhead, coming back front and center. Unrotate the foot. Come back into the middle. Make sure your left heel is out far enough to support you on the other side. And then ready to externally rotate the right leg. Good. Let's bring our hands to the heart. Just release them for a minute so we can get our legs set. Bend the knee. Adjust the heel. Make sure you're well aligned in this warrior two before we start. Good. Arms up. Gazing out. And then slowly, with your left arm, push away, right arm coming over. Reach, 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 reach. Coming back to warrior two. Slowly. Find your placement. Breathe. And then reach forward. Reach, reach. Both arms are up. Reach, reach. Straighten the leg. Lower the bottom arm, but keep it moving. And stack the top arm and reach up into the top. Really open. Whole bottom side is as open as the top. One more breath. Come back to warrior two. Good. Arms up overhead, straighten the knee. Come back, facing front and center. Bring the hands to the heart. Then release your arms completely. Wiggle your shoulders. And then let's take our arms back behind us, interlace the fingers, squeeze the knuckles toward the floor. See how close you can get your shoulder blades in the back. If your hands are not comfortable, hold your elbows. We're going to head over at the hip. The whole trunk comes with us. Head it over. Bend at the hip, bend at the hip, bend at the hip. Look at the floor. And for anyone with eye pressure problems, you're staying right here. Anyone on the first 3 days of menstrual cycle, staying right here. The rest of us are going to keep going. Keep reaching your arms toward your hips. Now you're reaching up toward your hips. And then begin to take your arms up toward the ceiling. And maybe even over toward the floor. Just depends on where your shoulders are today. On your next exhale, look forward. Inhale, come to halfway up. And then exhale the rest of the way up. Good. Release the arms. Shake them out. Wiggle heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe. Find yourself in Tadasana. Again, close your eyes. Standing Shavasana. 5, 6, 7 breaths. Soft pelvic floor, soft belly, soft shoulders, soft jaw. And then on your next inhale, letting your eyes flutter open. Okay. Just one more thing while we're standing, and then we're going to head down to the floor. I want to take advantage of that rotation. If you have a wall or a chair or something close, I want to work with the rotation more with than with the balance, but we're going to balance to do it. So maybe a hand on the wall, bending your left knee, bring it in, and reach down and grab that left toe and open the leg just as far as it opens. Take the heel to the groin and open it again. Heel to the groin, open it again. One more time, heel to groin and open. Good. Let go. Take that rotated leg down, unrotate, and bring it home. Good. Other side. So you've got a wall, you've got something stable. Yes, we are balancing, but I really want to work on the rotation. We've been warming up nicely. So bend the knee. Good. Grab your right big toe. Externally rotate. So take it out a little bit. Keep your hips even, just the leg. And then begin to straighten. Doesn't have to straighten all the way. Heel to the groin. Begin to straighten. Heel to the groin. Begin to straighten. Heel to the groin. Begin to straighten. Now, if you have knee issues, this should have not been uncomfortable. If it was, you were torquing your knee. So we need to talk. Release. Keep the external rotation. Toes are away, toes are away, toes are away. Bring the toes back front and center. Release the rotation. Tadasana. Breathe. How could anything that simple require that much total energy, huh? Good. Let's take a twist. Come on down into our squat. My favorite pose. You can always grab a block, put it underneath you. We're going to open out to the left side. Nice big open twist. And exhale, close it down. Inhale, open. Just hold that breath for just a moment. Open, 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 open. And exhale, close it down. Inhale, open. For those of you who'd like to bind, get some hitchhike fingers, head it up. Dive the thumbs toward me and down, all the way down and around. And see if you've got anything to hold on to with your right leg. Keep your neck as an extension of your spine. Don't drop it. And then on your next exhale, release back to center. Good. Now to the right. Open, 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 open. And if you'd like to bind hitchhiking fingers, dive them both in and all the way around, looking for that internal rotation. Open your shoulders, gazing out toward the right. And on your next exhale, release, hands to the heart. Good. And then let's find our way down to the floor. Good. Extending out both legs. Go ahead and separate your heels, mat width. Stretch through your legs so they're just a little bit abducted, a little bit pulled away from the midline. And slowly, mindfully rolling your toes in, just a little. and back to neutral. No torquing of the knee. Rolling the toes out and back to neutral. One more time either direction. Roll the toes in. Slight bend to your knee so you don't torque it. And back and out and back. Good. And then opening the legs wider than mat width. You can lift up and sit yourself right on top of your sit bones. Good. And then we're going to add a little bit of a twist. Your belly button stays front and center, but your ribs are going to head over to the left. And slowly, a little surrendering toward the leg. Don't go too far. Feel it in your back. Feel it wherever you feel it. You can tuck your chin into your chest and get round. And then gaze out past your toes. Use your arms, push the floor away, come back up. Good. And just that little bit, belly stays centered, little twist to the ribs, to the sternum, out toward the right foot. Good. And then just coming a little bit closer. You don't have to go too far. One side may be a lot easier than the other. Tuck the chin into the chest. And then beginning to gaze forward, looking out past your toes. Use your hands. Come up slowly, nice and slowly. And then we're going to take the soles of the feet together to Vajrasana. Sitting up nice and tall, a nice sized diamond in between. Good. So I want us to undulate a few times. So you can hold on right at the end of your knee. Lean back a little, straighten your arms. And as you inhale, bend your arms and undulate forward. And as soon as you get forward, curl and undulate back. Arms straight. Inhale, bend the arms, undulate forward, chest pulls forward. Exhale, chest comes in, belly comes in, rounding. One more. Inhale, pulling in. And exhale, pull back. Good, and then come back up into seated for a moment. Take your fingers, your victory fingers, peace fingers. You're going to hold onto those big toes, walk your heels back, get it nice and close, and just a little bit of balance, just a little bit. You're welcome to straighten your legs if you'd like. For many of us, this is just a perfect balance, right on top of our sit bones. Good. And then the soles of the feet slowly coming to the floor. Use your hands, bring your knees back, a little squeeze to the knees, relax your groin. So we're going to go to the floor and we're going to do Viparit Karani Mudra if you invert. If you don't invert, you're going to just do legs up the wall. If you have a wall close to you or a chair that you can drape your calves over. So your bottom will be fully on the floor. For the rest of us, we're going to try and get our bottom up. And you can do it with a block supporting you, or you can do it with your hands as if you were doing a very piked shoulder stand. So shoulder stand, head stand, all of those grosser versions of Viparit Karani Mudra grew out of this. We're looking for the inversion to move the lymph in the system and to rearrange the prana vayus in the body, our energetic body, making sure that everything stays in its place. And if we got it out of place in practice, allowing it to go back there. So either legs up the wall or Viparit Karani Mudra. We'll be there for about 3 minutes. So deciding how you want to do it. I'm going to just move. I'll show you both ways. So look first, because if you are down, you don't want to be craning your neck. It puts pressure at your carotid artery, and that can be very dangerous. Okay? So I'm close to the wall. If I don't invert because of blood pressure or anything else, I can still put my legs on the wall. And that is my inversion. Just my legs, bottom on the floor, first 3 days of menstrual cycle, okay? For the rest of us, if you're at the wall, you can push off and put the block there. And the block, remember, has 3 sides. So pick the side that's most comfortable for you. And then your legs lift and you're in Viparita Mudra. You can also go to it from bridge pose, just putting the block underneath your sacrum and lifting up. So join me in your own inversion. Finding your breath once you get there. Smoothing your breath. Check in with your jaw, relax your jaw. And then slowly letting your knees come in towards your chest a little. If you were at the wall, putting your feet back on the wall to be able to raise off. However you got there, take yourself off of your block and find your Shavasana. Don't feel trapped by your mat. Feel a starfish. Find yourself a beautiful starfish. Relax shoulders and jaw, belly, pelvic basket, arms and legs. And then slowly and mindfully finding your breath. Is it in the belly? Is it in the chest? Just noticing it. For just a moment, feeling as if your body were a balloon, and send the breath into all the parts of the body. Fingertips, toes, top of the head, tailbone, everything filling with pranic energy. Breath, Beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Taking some movement in the face. Roll the eyes in the socket. Move the tongue in the mouth. Wiggle your ears. Wriggle your nose. Open the mouth wide as if you were yawning. And then consider a nice big overhead stretch. And then bend your knees, placing your feet on the floor. Shift your hips away from me, and then curl over toward me in embryo pose. All curled up, safe and secure. Lots of roosters. So for just a moment, grab out of your heart your intention. Just think about today. Love one another as I have loved you. Please pass me over from this sickness. And then letting them drop back into your heart for a moment. Get ready to push the floor away. Spiral yourself up. Head is the last thing that comes up and balances totally on your spine. Spine is tall, base is soft and broad. You can be in a chair, whatever kind of comfortable seat is there for you right now. We're going to play just a little bit with the 3 breaths for just a moment. On your next exhale, exhale the belly toward the spine. And as you inhale, drop the belly and pull the breath in. Exhale, use your abdominal muscles, press the breath out. Relax the muscles, belly floats forward and breath rushes. Again, exhale. Inhale. Don't let the breath rise into the chest, keep it in the belly, exhale. Of course, it's not really in your belly, but we know that. Inhale. And exhale. This is when the diaphragm is just pressing the belly out of the way. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Keep your belly where it is. Keep it right tucked into your spine, and now we're going to take it into here. Put your hands around your rib cage. I'm sure you've had a catch breath or two since I started talking, so exhale, belly to spine. Feel your ribs get really small. Keep the belly in. Inhale, ribs. Spread them side to side, front to back. And exhale. Keep the belly in. Belly stays in. Belly stays in. Inhale, ribs. Spread the diaphragm. Flatten it out. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Take a catch breath or two. Just relax for a moment. Relax your arms. Relax everything. We're going to move into the yogic breath, which is a combination of those 2 moves. We'll exhale the breath out, belly to spine. Release the belly. Let the breath come down a little bit. And then we'll pull that same breath up into the chest. So it's just 1 inhale, but 2 parts, belly and chest. And 1 long, smooth, slow exhalation. Okay, ready? So let's start. Exhale, belly to spine. Relax the belly. Breath comes in, belly pushes out. Pull that same breath up into the ribs. Belly will come in all by itself. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. And exhale, slowly, gently, softly, smoothly. Everything coming back into place at the very end of the exhale. A little tug of that belly into the spine. Then relax, inhale. Belly, chest, broad, beautiful chest, chest, chest. Pause and exhale slowly, smoothly, gently. Ribs coming in, ribs coming in, ribs coming in, ribs coming in, belly coming in at the very end. A little bit of belly pull. Release the belly and spread it up into the ribs. Spread, 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 spread. Pause. Exhale slowly, gently, smoothly. Just very gently. Good. And then fall into your natural breath. Good. And then I'd like for us to do two pranayams. One which uses the abdominal breath, we'll do Sitkari, and one which uses the chest breath, we'll do Pratiloma. Okay? So to do these breaths, our spine is tall. We have lots of volume in here. The first one is a belly breath. We place the tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth, and then we put a very big smile on our face as we hiss and inhale through that open mouth. We pause, relax the tongue in the mouth, and exhale out the nose. This is a cooling breath, okay? So let's start by exhaling out, belly moves in. You're gonna inhale belly with the tongue there, smile, hissing breath. Exhale, belly comes back to the spine. So it's not a long breath, just belly only. Belly expands back, breathing out your nose. Relax, 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 relax. Inhale. Pause, release your tongue. Exhale, out the nose. Two more. Belly inhale. Pause. Exhale, nose. Last one. Inhale, belly. Pause. Exhale, nose. Just stay with the feeling for a moment. Notice the coolness in the mouth, coolness in the whole head region. Just noticing. The next breath, Pratiloma, is where we're going to take our ring finger to our left nostril, thumb to our right nostril, squeeze them a little bit. We're just bringing it into the chest. The belly stays stable. So exhale the breath all the way out, no hands. Close it off, inhale. So forcefully pulling against, partially inhale. Pause, release, exhale. So no touching the nose while you're exhaling. Then squeeze a little bit, enough to make it hard to pull that breath in, pull it into the ribs. Chest breath, chest, chest, chest. Pause, release, exhale moment. Good, one more. And then we're going to move slowly into our meditation. Just letting your eyes close. Staying with these 5 elements that make us the microcosm of it, the macrocosm. Everything in us is in the universe. Everything in the universe is in us. We'll end with the earth element, so we'll start with Akash, ether, space. If you'd like to do the mudra, the tip of the thumb to the tip of the middle finger, Akash. Space inside the body, space outside the body. the ether element, where we can join in space. Air element, putting the tip of the index finger at the base of the thumb, wrapping the thumb around the index finger, resting. Prana, vayu, air, the movement principle inside the body and out. Moving the water in the oceans, moving the trees, moving our digestion, moving our blood. Movement inside and out. Fire element. Taking the thumb to the first knuckle of the ring finger. First knuckle of the ring finger. Resting the other fingers on the legs. Fire, metabolic energy in the body. Fire bringing new life. Ash, outside. Fiery planets. Fiery stars. Our fiery sun. Fire element, inside and out. Water element. The tip of the thumb to the tip of the pinky finger. Thumb to the pinky finger. Relaxing the hand. Water. Liquidity. Rivers and oceans and streams. Blood, saliva. Tears. Water inside and out. Earth element. Tip of the thumb to the tip of the ring finger. Earth element. Prithvi. Solidity. Building blocks of our universe. Building blocks of our body. Bone. Muscles. Organs. Steel. Minerals. Rocks. Dirt. Earth element. Inside and out. Bringing our meditation on the 5 elements to a close. Bringing the hands into the heart, Anjali Mudra. Remembering your intention. Remembering this day, the significance. In Passover, the night of the Last Supper, the celebration of Hanuman and selfless service, new beginnings. Letting your intention slip out of your mind down into your heart space and out of your heart space into the palms of your hands. And we lift all of these offerings up to all sentient beings. Let them go into the universe. Hands back into the heart. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste. I'm coming to you. Hold on. Oh, I see a lot of chats. For those of you who wrote me something, I don't look at them until the end. It's just me and you, and no need writing anything unless you just don't want to forget it. So let me get you where you can unmute. Hold on. Okay. And now you can unmute as you see fit. You're welcome to do that. Let me see the chat. Okay. Yes, both, Tina, the pratiloma, pranayama, both nostrils are closed off. It's a resistance breath to help you really gain a lot of resistance so that you can strengthen the muscles of the diaphragm. Yeah, let me move to, it's called pratiloma. Thank you, thank you. The left nostril is breathing in through the left is cooling, breathing in through the right first is heating. So when you close off the right nostril, inhale left, that's cooling. When you close off the left nostril, inhale right, that's heating. When you bend them together for Nadi Shodhana, you're heating and you're cooling. The other breath are called Surya Vedana, which is just the heating side, and Chandra Vedana, moon, which is the cooling side. So they're all three very different breaths. The first two are chest, the Nadi Shodhana is a yogic breath, and the other two are chest breaths. Yeah, okay. Any other questions? Yes, I'm still recording. Yes. Thank you. Okay. All right. Anybody else, you can talk. You know, you can undo your little mute thing and chat. There's no need to write. You can talk. Because when people are seeing and they want to have a question asked, that's why I'm over here repeating these questions. So somebody who's watching our discussion afterwards will have some context. So please feel free to talk.
Thank you, Kamalesh.
You're welcome.
Yes, so that pratiloma, is that was that balancing the full yogic breath that we did, like a counter breath, or separate, or what are the effects of that pratiloma?
Pratiloma, Dr. John Douillard put that out during the beginning of the COVID, because it's a breath that really will strengthen the diaphragm, because you have to pull against it to get it in. So it's heating because you have to do a lot more force, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Gomati.
Can you please explain the pratiloma one more time?
Yes. So you are using, the same fingers you use for Nadi Shodhana. So, thumb to your right nostril and ring finger to your left. So all you're really doing is we exhale free, and when you inhale, you're really trying to pull it into the ribs like this. Wait a minute. And then I release and exhale calmly. So it's like forcefully, I'm pushing in enough that I have to really pull that breath in. And I want you to pull it, I want you to see, it pulls in here, not here. It pulls in here. These ribs expand. So I'm gonna because it makes, especially if you do back ribs. So I'm gonna, my intention right now for me doing pratiloma is to strengthen my back breathing muscles, my accessory muscles on the back. So I'm gonna do it. You can't see my hands, but you know what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna exhale to start. And then I'm gonna close them off and inhale. Pause, exhale out the nose. Close them off to inhale. Pause and exhale out the nose. Can you see that I'm breathing into this part? Because I really want, the diaphragm is a muscle that's sitting over your stomach, the organ in your stomach, and your liver, and it's just sitting there. So when it contracts down, it pushes your guts out of the way, and we call that a belly breath. When it contracts up, we call that a chest breath. So in this one, you want it to contract up because you want to really pull that red part of the muscle. A lot of the stuff at the top of the fascia it's all white, and there's no blood there, and that's where your vena cava and your aorta and your esophagus, those things go through. So there's a lot of hard fascia there. You can't move that, but you can use the move and innervate the muscles that are at the bottom of the diaphragm. So pratiloma, with that little bit of resistance, really helps us to get into that space. Does that help, Gomati?
Yes, and what about the nasal part? So are we doing the same left and right?
No, you're holding both at the same time.
You're closing off both.
No, you're closing halfway both.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So nothing's closed all the way. You've got to breathe, but you're trying to create a resistance so that it's harder for you to breathe. Because that's why we're doing this in this time of this terrible disease, because lung weakness has been a cause, not necessarily a cause, but it certainly is contributing to people that are having breathing problems. So
Definitely.
when they don't have a good breath, it's hard to get a breath, and it's hard to know how to get a breath, right? If you've never practiced breathing practices, you don't know how to lower your diaphragm. You don't know how to resist against breath. You don't have enough flexibility in your back ribs yet to be able to spread the back ribs and get a bigger breath, right?
Yeah.
So this is a breath that's to help us to create more ability to breathe.
Got it. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Yes, it's 7 a.m. in California. It's 7 to 8 in California and 8 to 9 in Guatemala. Yeah, I'm so sorry you missed it. We'll look forward to having you tomorrow, Barbara. Any questions about anything? I thought I think
May
it's
I
really
ask a question? So you said that the right nostril breathing, did you call that Surya Badana?
Surya Bedana, Bhedana, maybe Dhana. Is it Bhedana
Got it.
or Hana? I can't remember if it's a DH.
And what
Bedana.
about the left side?
Chandra, moon. So
Chandra.
heating and Chandra, lunar. Surya Bedana, Chandra Bedana.
Thank you.
And those are two of the things we do when we're doing the Swasayam Kriyas. One of them is Surya Bedana, the other one's Chandra Bedana. Some of those practices all have other names, right? So, but they're all great practices. And I sent a copy yesterday to Flor. She wanted a copy of them. So you're welcome to email me and I'll send you a copy if you want.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions about the practices? Any question or any comment? Last Supper, Eucharist, Passover, Hanuman Jayanti. Yeah, pretty powerful time right now. Pretty powerful time. Yes, Mamata.
On the recordings, is it possible to put the date of the yoga class instead of day 1, day 2, so it's easier to reference back?
I can try. I thought he was keeping them daily and that it was going to show up like that. Yes, I will try. What I've been doing lately is trying to at least give a name of what the practice was in there. So like today though, when I just kind of did a little bit of everything, it was primarily back bending and external rotation.
Yeah, the descriptions are definitely very helpful.
Yes, and I will try to get him to start putting the dates now. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're so welcome. I'm so lucky that somebody is doing that for me. He's wonderful. When he found out I was giving the class for free, he decided he would do that for free, he and his wife. And I can't tell you, he's an expensive web guy, and I'm just blown away that every day he does it.
That is so generous of him. That's wonderful.
Any questions about anything at all? Hi, Tatiana. How are you? I love that it says Tatiana and you're my Maggie. I looked at Tatiana and I thought, that's not Tatiana, that's Maggie. So nice to have you.
Ginger?
Yes. Hi,
It's
Jean.
Jean. Hi. Did you say yesterday that the man in your village who they had thought had COVID-19 did not? Or did
He
you
d-
say,
No, he doesn't. No,
oh, good.
no.
So are you still cordoned off?
No, we haven't been cordoned off since the first day. They did it that first night, and then they realized in the morning they'd made a mistake, and that was that.
Oh, well, that's good.
But then that night, some reporter, decided to say that that the bomberos had been called again to do to check into the possibility of a COVID-19. But all of us who live here know that Fred's in his 90s and he has cancer and he's on his way out. And so that was not why they came. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. So we're all still holding in place, but they did come and sanitize our streets like they are doing in Antigua. They came with Clorox and water and sanitized our streets in San Juan.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
they've done it all over Antigua. So now they're doing it out here too. So that's nice that they actually would do that out here in the village.
And speaking of being generous, with you looking out for all of your 70 employees, is there any place that we could donate to help you a little with that?
Oh, that is so
You could
sweet.
think about that.
Thank you. Yeah. I have a big meeting with them on Monday, and of course they don't have social media, so it means you go into the restaurant and meeting in groups of 5, I think is the max, or whatever the max is now, groups of 5 or 10 or whatever they'll let me meet with. But it's going to be a full day of meeting with employees to tell them what we're hoping to do. So, yeah. Okay, let's talk about something else right now. That takes me into a sad spot. I don't like to go there very often. Yeah. And Maggie has Frida, so she knows exactly what I mean. It's like we're faced with this total dilemma, and we know in the bottom of our heart that we're not going to be the same for at least a year, no matter what happens. So we all have hard decisions to make, really hard decisions. And yeah, we had a chat, Maggie Lou. Yeah. Okay, if there are no more questions about practice, I'm gonna let you go. It's so nice to see all these wonderful faces. This is what Soma laughs about me because I have to get it to the right spot on my trifocals that are those progressive lens. But like you have to find the right spot to read everybody's name. Amelia, nice to see you. Ramin, thank you. Hi, Hope. Pratibha, my sweet Pratibha. Dana, so nice. Ooh, and Jose, welcome again. Marta. Hi, Anayana, my sweet Jen, Cam. Good morning, Flor. Alfredo, mucho gusto. Okay, Jean and my Catherine. Okay, well, so nice. It's really nice when I look out there and I like know everybody.